Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Allison and today I am sharing with you a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout process. I am using cardstock from my stash and this sheet of very old Carta Bella So Noted paper. I wanted to find something that was light pink and pattern to go behind my layout base. I created this base in Cricut Design Space and just repeated the phrase "Are we there yet?" over and over, and then attached it to the rectangle or square in this case. And there's my layout base. I love it. If you couldn't tell by the background, "Are we there yet?" this layout is actually travel themed. We had the opportunity to ride shotgun, as we call it, with my husband while he was working, and I wanted to document this story. I am using a combination of pinks, deep red, almost like a wine color. This is close to my heart cardstock, and this dark red one is actually called Sangria. It's one of my favorites. I love it. So pink, reddish, purplish, winey color, gray, and then just little pops of green. So I'm working on the title right now. I'm just using the sheet of paper that the title was cut from to adhere my title. I wanted to make sure it was straight and evenly spaced from top to bottom on the layout, but I epically failed in that aspect and it's way off center on the far right hand side, which in the end it works out. I am going to embellish with some die cut flowers and I'm just going to layer them closer to the bottom of the layout just to even out the title. I wish the title had been a little bit more centered on the right hand side, but it works and no one's really going to notice, I think, whether it's centered or not. So I have the picture there. It's my husband and I in the foreground. If you look really closely, you can see one of my daughters behind us. We are in my husband's work truck. He's a truck driver in the oil field, and we got to ride with him on this day in particular. So the girls are sitting in the bunk behind us, and Kyle and I are in the front of the truck in the front seats. Here's the flowers that I mentioned. They cut in multiple layers. So I have the base of the flower, which is the wine color. The center of the flower is pink. And then of course I've got the green leaves. They're going to be adhered with some foam squares. I'm using a mix of craft foam and foam squares. These flowers are a little on the smaller side, so I'm just using my foam squares to pop them up. I wanted them to be the same height as the picture, at least the one in the bottom. I'm going to put another one in the top left hand of the photo, and I'm actually going to glue that one directly to the layout base. So I suppose actually in addition to the foam squares and craft foam, I'm actually using my ATG adhesive as well. The subtitle, which is "Off We Go," was also cut with my Cricut, and I'm adhering that to the far right hand side of my photo. You can see I'm doing that right now. I just added liquid glue to the bottom of the cut file because I knew that it was going to hang off my photo and I didn't need glue over the entire phrase. So I just did the bottoms, and here I'm adding a little tag that I created with my Cricut as well. It says "road trip" on it, and I backed that on some extra pattern paper that I had in my stash as well. This pattern paper I think is like really old, my mind's eye, I want to say. It came from a little 6x6 paper pad that I've had in my stash for ages. And it was a light pink and kind of almost a cream off-white kind of tone, same as the paper that's in the very background. And I thought it coordinated perfectly. So I matted that to that pattern paper, stuck it next to my subtitle. And here I'm attaching one of the other flowers. It's going in the top left hand. And then I have a tab that I cut as well with my Cricut that says today on it. And that's going right next to the flower. The other flowers are going to be adhered the same way in the very top and the very bottom of the layout, just with some foam squares. They are going to be embellished a little bit further as well with some pink Stickles. I think I want to call it, or I want to say it's called pink taffeta, but I'm going to have to double check that because I'm not entirely sure of the proper name for it. I add just a few dots of those to the centers of the flowers because I feel like they're a little plain and they needed a little something else. So I add that to the centers of the flowers, and also the base of the flowers, the wine color, gets a coat of Close to My Heart clear shimmer brush as well. I use that to add some sparkle to the flowers. And last but not least, to embellish, because this layout is like pretty well done, I take some gems out of my stash that I've had there for quite a while and I sprinkle them around the page as well. There was only a few left, so I just used up what was left on the sheet and got rid of that. It felt good to finally throw something out from in my stash instead of putting it back in the container that it came from. There's the shimmer brush. I also wanted to mention, and I'm so excited about this, you guys, I finally got my new printer yesterday. My husband was home, thankfully, so he helped me get it set up. It's set up and it prints beautifully. I was asked if, because I posted it to my Instagram, I was asked if it prints photos, and it does. And from what I have been told, it prints photos a lot more nicely than any other printer that uses a cartridge. I have the Epson EcoTank series, and I hear it's like the cat's meow. So anyways, I use that to type out my journaling and cut them into strips. You can see them on the left hand side of the page. And with that, this layout is completely done. I do have close-ups coming up, so if you want to stick around for that, you are free to do so. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Leave a comment as well, letting me know what you liked the most about this layout. And if you are new to my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And beside the subscribe button, there's a little bell. If you click on that, you can select all and you will not miss any more videos that I post to this channel. Thank you so much for dropping in and spending some time with me today. I hope my layout inspired you in some way, and I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will see you again very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.